That call from your bank is not your bank. Last year, Americans over 60 lost more than $1 billion to that one phone call, and most of them were careful people. People who shred their mail. People who never click strange links. I worked bank fraud investigations for 30 years, and I am going to walk you through the exact script these criminals read, word for word, so you hear it coming before they finish their first sentence. And stay with me, because the moment your money actually leaves your account is not where most people think it is. It happens earlier. Here is a case from my files. The names are changed. Everything else is real. Margaret, 71, retired schoolteacher in Ohio. Tuesday morning, 10:15. Her phone rings and the caller ID says the name of her own bank. A calm young man says he is from the fraud department. He reads her the last 4 digits of her debit card. He tells her someone in Texas is trying to charge $400 at a Walmart and asks, "Did you authorize this purchase?" She says no, and she feels a little rush of relief because the bank caught it. That relief is the whole con. 8 minutes later, $22,000 is gone. Let me slow that down and show you each move, the way we broke it down in the fraud unit. Move 1 is the spoofed caller ID. The number on your screen means nothing. Criminals use cheap software that makes any name and number appear, and your bank knows this, which is why no real fraud department expects you to trust the screen. When Margaret saw her bank's name, the con was already working before she said hello. Move 2 is the insider detail. He read her the last 4 digits of her card. Sounds like proof he works at the bank, right? It is not. Card numbers, names, and phone numbers leak in data breaches by the millions and get sold in bundles for a few dollars. The crook is reading from a shopping list he bought. In my 30 years, this was the single most convincing trick because it feels private. It is not private. Assume every criminal who calls you already has it. Move 3, and this is the heart of the script, is the fake rescue. He never asks Margaret for money. He offers to protect her money. He says, "We need to secure your account before the thief hits it again." Every instinct she has is now pointed the wrong way. She thinks the danger is some stranger in Texas. The danger is the calm voice on the phone. Move 4 is the isolation step. He tells her the thief may be someone at her local branch, so she must not call the branch or discuss this with anyone until the investigation is complete. Hear that clearly. A real bank will never, ever tell you to keep a secret from the bank. The only reason to cut you off from other people is that any other person would see the con in 10 seconds. When a caller says, "Do not tell your spouse," "Do not tell the teller," "Do not hang up," that is not security. That is a leash. Move 5 is the point of no return, and here is what most folks get wrong. They think the money is lost when the thief spends it. No. In this scam, the criminal talks you into moving your own money. He told Margaret to transfer her savings into what he called a secure federal holding account, using her own banking app, while he stayed on the line coaching her. The second she pressed send on that transfer, it was over. Wire transfers and payment app transfers are like handing over cash. Once you authorize the transfer yourself, the bank often cannot claw it back, because the bank's records show that you, the account holder, sent it willingly. That is the entire reason the scam is built around a phone call. They need your finger on the button. So the con, start to finish. A screen you trust, a detail that sounds private, a rescue that feels urgent, a secret that keeps you alone, and your own hand moving the money. 8 minutes. That is the machine. Now let me show you how to break it. And the good news is you only need to remember 3 things. First, banks do not move your money to protect it. There is no such thing as a secure holding account, a safe account, or a federal protection account. In 30 years of real fraud cases, I never once saw a bank protect a customer by having them transfer funds anywhere. Fraud departments freeze cards and reverse charges. They never ask you to move a dime. Anyone who does is a thief, every single time, no exceptions. Second, hang up and dial the number on the back of your card. Not the number that called you. Not a number the caller gives you. The one printed on your card or your paper statement. Real fraud departments expect this and will not mind. A scammer will fight it. He will say the line will disconnect the case, or there is no time, or you will be liable for the loss. Notice what all of those have in common. They are reasons to stay on the phone. The phone is his only weapon. Take it away. Third, urgency is the tell. Real banks are slow. Anyone who has stood in line at one knows this. A real fraud hold sits quietly until you call. A criminal cannot afford to let you sleep on it because time kills the con. So he needs it handled right now, this call, before your account is emptied, before the branch closes. The moment you feel that clock pressure in your chest, name it for what it is. Nobody honest is rushing you to move your life savings. One more thing, because I heard it 100 times across the interview table. Victims would say, "I should have known better. I feel so stupid." Margaret said it too. Listen to me. These scripts are written by professionals, tested on thousands of people, and refined every month like an ad campaign. The people who fall for them are teachers, engineers, nurses, even a retired police chief I worked with. Being fooled by a professional does not make you a fool. But if it does happen, speed matters. Call your real bank immediately, then report it at reportfraud.ftc.gov and file with the FBI at ic3.gov. And do not let embarrassment stop you from telling your family, because the same crew often calls back weeks later pretending to be recovery agents who can get your money back for a fee. That is the same wolf in a second costume. Here is the one line to keep by the phone. Say it with me. My bank will never call me and ask me to move money. If the voice on the line wants a transfer, a gift card, a code from a text message, or your silence, hang up. You do not owe a stranger your politeness. You owe your savings your protection. I am the retired investigator. That is how the bank call con works from the inside. Next time, I will take apart the gift card scam, where the crook turns a rack at the grocery store into an untraceable cash pipe. If someone you love answers the phone a little too trustingly, share this with them today. It is cheaper than the call,